That went fast.
Baby, don't love me no more. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me
No.
no more. What is love? Da 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 da. Okay, that's enough of that. Hey everybody, what is up? This is Richard Francois, your dating strategist. We are here again with the Astound Yourself Dating Show, and with me, who do we have? None other than the illustrious co-hostess, the matchmaker herself, Elaine Swandes, the intuitive matchmaker. What is up, Elaine?
Hello. Hello, everyone. It is time for us to astound ourselves this
That's
evening.
right. We're going to astound ourselves and hopefully astound you too. We are going to discuss tonight a topic in the form of an article, and the
Yeah.
topic is love at first sight. Elaine, love at first sight. Before we delve into it, fantasy, reality, a little bit of both. Your quick take on that.
Well, it depends on how you describe love. I mean, what
Okay.
is love to you? And so, on that note, I'm going to say it could happen because I'm a believer in love. However, I think people are really holding out for something so rare. We'll get into it.
That's my chair. I
We'll
think
get
my
into
chair
it.
is too low.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to be a naysayer on this one.
Oh, you're not gonna play. You're not gonna play bad cop. So I'm
No,
gonna.
you be the bad cop. I'm going to be the good
Uh,
cop.
bad cop for me again. Okay, fine. So you think love at first sight could happen?
Hmm, I
I'm
don't.
thinking there's something else. I think love. You might feel something you interpret to be love, but love is a very deep emotion, and I
Right.
don't know how you can feel such a deep emotion merely after seeing somebody without interacting with them. Hello, Carla. Thanks for watching the show. Without interacting with them, I don't know how you can say that this is love at first sight. That would be like you see a car drive by and you say, "This is the greatest car ever." Okay, just because you saw it and you what like the paint job or the lines, you might say this is a nice looking car, or this is the best car I've ever, the best looking car I've ever seen. But you haven't
Right.
experienced anything. You don't know how much those oil changes cost. You can fall out of love with the car very quickly when you start spending money on stuff. Let
True.
me tell you.
True that. So, it's hard to define. Well, if somebody, I guess the problem is love to one person could be something to another. My experience in my life is, for example, when I met my late husband, I was kind of, oh, bring him. I don't want to make this about me. But when I first laid my eyes on him, I felt something really, I felt a strong attraction to him. And I felt something really, something magical almost when I laid eyes on him. I said, whoa, I haven't met somebody who kind of spun my head like that in a really long time. And I ended up marrying him, and we were together till death do us part. So, in retrospect, you might say, oh, it was love at first sight, but I didn't know who the heck he was when I first met him. I had no way of knowing that, I can't say that I loved him, but I thought he was awful cute, and he thought I was cute. Does that mean we fell in love at first sight? I don't know. I don't think so.
So it
But we,
was like at first sight. At the very least, it was like at
yeah,
first.
we felt something for each other, and then our first date was magical. But was it love at first sight? I think we just got really lucky. It was a lucky. It was just a thing,
Excellent.
But that wasn't. We weren't. No, I don't know.
All right. Well, before we go too much further into the show, let's take a look to see who we have with us and say hello to the people who are watching us right now. Well, we have Carla, of course. Hello, Carla. Thank you for watching the show. Carla is one of our regular viewers, and another regular viewer is Tam E. Lambert. What is up, Tammy? Tammy actually has been a guest on the show before. If you didn't see that episode, just go back through all of them, watch them all, then you'll eventually find Tammy.
Yes. So,
Tammy, thank you for watching the show. We look forward to everybody's contributions tonight. We're going to talk about love at first sight. Is it a real thing, a fantasy? Maybe a little bit of both. There is some science involved for you nerds who love to talk about science. I say nerd very fondly, by the way. I know that nerds play a very important role in the world we live in, i.e., without nerds, we would not have computers, and I would be babbling on in my living room right now, talking to you all from all over the place. So why don't we get started on talking about love at first sight in the articles?
people say it happens all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
All the freaking time.
All the time.
Now, happened 2 seconds ago, will happen 3 minutes from now. Well, it might happen to somebody somewhere pretty much all the time, but I think it's over the span of a lifetime, it's pretty rare to have love at first sight, as they're calling it. You might have a lot of attraction at first sight, but I think that the attraction at first sight happens and people confirm it if things go well. Then they go back retroactively and say it was love at first sight.
Right.
It's like, could you know, for example, that a job was saying yes to a job was going to be the best decision you made right when you said yes to it? You probably would have to wait a while to see the results to be able to say that. I think this is how people trick themselves into this whole idea of love at first sight. You felt the tingles, you felt some attraction. Some of your body parts probably did things that they don't normally do when you're out in public. Yes, Elaine's like, Richard, stop! You're gonna get us canceled. I'm just getting warmed up.
I'm not saying a word about. No.
So all that may have happened, but it takes a while after that to see the results and go, yep, that was definitely love at first sight. So that's my take on that. People say it happens all the time. Well, yeah, people win the lottery all the time too. Does that mean you're going to spend your life trying to win the lottery as a way to pay your bills? I think that's a bad idea.
I know people do that.
I think that's a bad idea. But we're not a finance show. I could be wrong. What do you think, Elaine? Does it happen all the time, and should we count on that?
No, I don't think so. Well, I'm going to say this: when they say people say it happens all the time, I think when I look back on my life, if I can remember back, as far as grade school, elementary school, do you know what happens all the time in elementary school? It happens all the time in middle school. And it happens more often in high school.
Except to me. Nobody ever said I love you to me in any of those grades.
Oh, it happens all the time in elementary school.
I never had anybody bring me flowers.
Oh, yeah.
Offer me their candy, say you should come for Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, kid crush. Yeah.
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah, I guess I must have been sitting on the wrong side of the class.
You should have grew up in New York City with me.
Is that what happened? I missed out.
All the time.
Well, if I ever find a time machine, I'll tell you.
Yeah. So there's something about when you say it happens all the time. I think it's going to come up, or destined to talk about this is in some of the articles and the research we were doing. It happens more often to beautiful people. I mean, people fall in love at first sight more often with attractive people than not so attractive people. Wouldn't you agree?
As a beautiful person, I highly disagree.
As a beautiful person. Well, listen, I don't know.
Never confessed love at first sight to me. Where are you all just shy and secretive?
What did you look like as a kid? What the hell did you look like?
I think I was a cute kid. I didn't think I was, but I didn't have a beard. Maybe that's what it is. When I was 5, I didn't have a beard or mustache, so I didn't look as cute now.
You had to cover that up with facial hair, huh?
Maybe that's what. Yeah, I covered. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. But
I've never seen your childhood pictures, but maybe there
I
was.
have some on Facebook. You should just go dig through my Facebook pages. You'll find some. Some of them I look pretty sad, but don't worry.
But
I
it's
was
true.
just
You're more likely to fall in love at first sight with someone who's beautiful. So let's do the math.
well. It makes sense because if it's first sight, that's the faculty you're utilizing to judge them. It's not
Yes, you
love at
see
first
them and they
hearing
look
or
good.
love at
Oh my
first
goodness.
touch.
I'm in love with this good
Yeah,
looking person.
I mean
You
it's
don't
not
look
love at
at
first
an ugly
touch,
person or an unattractive person and go,
right?
oh my God, I think I'm in love with that unattractive person.
Maybe you would say, "I bet they have a great personality." Yes, I'm in love.
You know what? That really unattractive person is probably real funny and probably is just smart. I bet.
So yeah, so the article gave us something really obvious in the form of research. Mostly people who are beautiful are the recipients of love at first sight. Well,
That's
no
what
kidding.
happens.
That's like saying that's like saying most shark attacks happen near the shore. You mean where the people are? Yes, of course that's where it happens.
So what does that tell you? Let's crunch a few numbers here.
Okay, you got a number cruncher near you?
Yes, I do. And you know what? My rocket scientist manual, which
All
I
right,
keep handy every time I need a little help in the
go ahead.
rocket
What does it say?
science department of love, tells me that beautiful people tend to be a little younger than older people.
They tend to be younger than older people.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh wow.
Young people sometimes look better than older people because just so happens it tends to happen as they age, they weather a little.
Elaine, you should be ashamed. I think you're being ageist right
I
now.
am. I'm
I'm
being horrible.
offended. I'm so offended. That's it. I'm
I'm
not
going
saying
to
anything
hell.
for the next
I'm
15
going to
seconds.
hell.
I'm on strike.
I know.
Say that.
I'm totally ageist. Did I tell you? Oh, I didn't tell you the story about how I got carded at the supermarket, did I?
Did you get? Oh, really?
Yes. Oh, made
Nice.
my day. Made my day until she looked at my driver's license.
And she
She
couldn't do the
looked at
math.
it, you know what she said? She said, "Oh, thank goodness. Finally, somebody older than me."
How old was she?
That's what I said. I said, "How old are you?"
And what was the answer?
You know what? She looked older than me. So I couldn't believe she said that. I went from high as a kite for being carded to in the toilet bowl because finally older than her.
Man, some people just need some manners, don't they?
Like she's been working at the supermarket for 20 years and finally I come limping along. Finally, somebody older than
With a
her.
little walker.
So trust me,
Well,
I'm a big fan of old people right
you,
now.
you made her day apparently. Well, before we continue, we've had a few people comment, and let's go read some comments, and then we'll put up the next part of this article here.
Oh my God, I digress.
See.
I'm sorry to take us off
Um,
track, but
So Mark here, Mark says detention happens in high school. Yes, Mark,
yeah,
I remember detention. I thought it was the most the scary thing that could happen in high school. So I never got detention. I just stayed quiet. And Heather's question is love or lust. To Heather's question, I say, well, stay tuned. Uh, and Steve, of course, Steve thinks it's lust. By the way, Steve, where is your profile picture? That's kind of looking suspicious over here. I don't trust people with no
I don't
profile
trust
pictures. Steve.
anybody who doesn't
Come
put.
on now, Steve. Show your face. Don't be
Would
shy.
you date somebody who didn't have their profile picture on
Yeah.
Facebook?
Would you date somebody? Let's shame Steve into putting up a profile photo. Profile photo. Profile photo.
Put your dog's picture up there at least.
At least a
Give your
dog's
dog's
picture, or
picture.
some celebrity like maybe Ben Affleck. Put Ben Affleck's picture.
Yeah.
up there. Actually, don't do that. Ben Affleck can't get a date with Ben Affleck's picture. Did you know this? He got in trouble for messaging some woman saying, "Hey, it's me. How come you block me?" Ben Affleck, don't do that. You're giving women who are out of your, who are not in your leagues, too much self-esteem. Ben Affleck, don't do that.
Shady Steve.
So, Steve says he's shady. Get over it. Okay, Steve. Steve is standing up for himself. We're not
Uh-huh.
gonna bully him into showing a picture today. So let's continue.
Why,
Claudia, what does Claudia say?
you know, men are 130 are
Is that why
130
50-year-old
year
men
old
are
women
with 130-year-old women?
are
I'm
with?
not sure what you mean, Claudia, by that. But
Yeah,
let's just go with
Claudia.
maybe, maybe. And Claudia has a motorcycle, everybody. So if you're into motorcycles and you're looking to be the passenger, Claudia might be able to oblige. Look
Does
at
she
that motorcycle.
really?
Look at that thing. Do you
Uh,
see that
uh, uh.
motorcycle in the profile photo? Vroom, vroom, Claudia.
Wow. Rev her engine.
Oh, right. So I think we're all caught up here.
All
Steve
right.
said soon. I'm not sure what he's saying soon to, but okay, Steve, soon it is. Let's continue on. Let's see what else this article has to teach us about love. Men report love at first sight more than women.
I
Okay,
believe
also not surprising. Men tend to be more visual than women, which is why women are the ones that wear the heels, not the men.
what?
What do you mean, what?
Men tend to wear the what? Heels?
Men are more visual than women. That's why women wear the high heels to appeal to the visual men.
Oh, okay, okay.
High heels to appeal to visual women.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. So of course that makes sense to me. I don't have any arguments there. I'm just wondering how much they pay those scientists to figure this out.
Yeah,
Let's not dog on the scientists. They make the world go round, give us good things like gasoline and cupcakes.
yeah.
I'm not kidding. Cupcakes is a scientific thing. A cupcake is a chemical reaction done to perfection. Go
Well,
ahead,
we
Elaine.
should dump on the journalists who like had to dig
Put
up
it
the
all
scientists.
together. Yes, God bless the journalists too. Now we can just yak about it over here and create
Exactly.
content. So, what do you think, Elaine? Is there anything you want to add to men tend to
Well,
be the ones who more
who
live at
tend
first sight?
to? Well, I think they see something they like and it triggers in their mind. They when they see something they like, they want it, and it's a triggers a, they go into pursuit mode. And so it's kind of, that's when maybe the hormones go off. It's a possession thing. It's they want what they want, and love at first sight. I don't know, I've seen a lot of men go into that mode where it's just like psh. But oftentimes once they kind of get what they wanted, all of a sudden the love goes out the window. It's like kind of falls flat. But yeah, for them, a lot of men, like you said, they're visual. They see something or someone, and they get obsessed, and they think that wanting is the same thing as loving. So
Good point.
want,
One thing is not the same thing as loving.
yeah. Well, in their heart, that's what they feel like. Desire is love. Love equals desire. Desire equals love, and they equate that the same way. But
So,
and women, I get maybe I don't want to say that women are deeper or women expect more, or I don't know, but men are visual, and that's maybe what drives men to feel like they fall in love at first sight more quickly. I don't know, but
yeah.
it's maybe the visual thing.
Do
I
you
mean,
think a
the
woman?
ones that respond to porn. I mean, women. You don't see women buying porn. They're not. They don't buy porn. They're not investing in porn. Men do that 100%.
Not to the degree of men, that's for sure. Well, do you think, Elaine, that women will be more likely to fall in love at first sight with a guy who comes out from a private jet versus a Subaru Forester?
Might be more appealing. Definitely might grab her attention. Whether or not it caused her to fall in love, he might be more appealing, but a, a, a love fall, like
You don't think a private jet would make her fall in love faster than a Subaru Forester?
it definitely gets the hormones going. It
Ah,
definitely
that's
gets,
it.
yeah, it definitely gets somebody's
Women
hormones.
have a high bar. It gets the hormones going on a private jet. What's a man got to do? Fly a rocket ship into space? I mean, come on. Not all of us can be Jeff Bezos, you know? Goodness gracious. There's three guys in the world fighting to get a rocket launched into space. And I think all three of them are over the age of 50. So there.
So, but yeah, I mean, my personal, I mean, I think younger people, my opinion is that younger people fall in love at first sight more often. They're less experienced in general, and their hormones are raging more freely. And as people age, I think a lot of older people are still in their mind, they still think that that's how it works. They don't get that they've aged and that their hormones have depleted, their body physically, their brain chemicals, everything is just, they're just not operating in the same mode that they were emotionally, psychologically, physically.
That is strike two for you, Elaine. There you go, being ageist again. What about the people who feel young at heart? What about them, huh? Huh? Huh?
Yeah, but they could be feel young at heart, but the reality is they're not. They're just not. They're just
So,
not. They're from a different perspective. They're not. When you're born on this earth, you only have so much experience when you're 15 years old versus 50 years old. So when you're in school and you're just out on the play yard and you're just running around with a bunch of kids, and your body is and your mentality is from a certain perspective, you can't compare the two. It's just no comparison.
hmm.
But people, and I find it funny too, because I find some people that I'm working with, when it comes to dating, they think the person they should be with should also still look like they did when they were in their 20s or 30s.
I thought you were gonna say when they were 15. I'm like, wait, who are you talking to?
No, some of them are at least realistic. Like yeah, they're not at least going into the realm of where they should get arrested. They're at least that realistic, but sometimes they're not much better than thinking in terms of their 30s or 40s, or when they're 50s or 60s.
Yeah, yeah. Well, before we go into the next line here, we have a couple more comments to respond to. Well, Claudia clarified for us. First of all, Claudia was. We feel your pain, Claudia, about the voice command. Oh, listen. I gotta go on a little rant here. How is it that in 2021 we have all this extra technology that nobody asked for, but we can't get a phone to understand what we're saying? This is so this is so different from what came through on the chat. So what you actually meant to say is stupid voice command. What you didn't mean to say that. Is beauty why 50-year-old men always seem to want 30-year-old women? That's part of it, but I think there's more to it than that. But definitely, 50-year-old men always seem to want women younger than they are. That's the man's instinct to reproduce is still like ah. So he's looking at somebody who's 30, who's closer to being fertile than somebody who's 50. I can see why that would be a part of it. But your voice command is out to, just like my voice command, it's like they're out to make us look like morons by completely distorting what we say. So I don't even use voice command anymore for that reason. Meanwhile, we have tiny little cars like a Honda Civic with a blind spot monitor. No! Stop wasting money on that stuff. Make my voice command work. I can turn my neck in the Honda Civic. Thank you very much. That's my rant. Elaine, what do you think? Is this why men in their 50s want women in their 30s because of beauty? Because there are some ugly 30-year-olds out there. Oh my God, did you say that?
No, I don't know any of these.
Catching up to you.
I know none. I think a lot of times people are just not very self-aware. They don't realize that they've aged themselves. I don't think they realize what they look like themselves.
So people should get better mirrors at home? Or turn the light on?
Sometimes I think they should, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I find worse is when I not only looking in the mirror, but turning the light on. Because if I look in the mirror and it's dark, I look great. I look awesome in the dark.
And you know what? I look great from a far away distance. The further away you get, the cuter and cuter I get.
Is that why the girl next door is always so hot because she's far
Look how
away?
great I look from. Do I look pretty? I look real pretty.
Is that is that why the girl next door looks so attractive because she's far away? You can't really tell what she looks like.
Gorgeous.
Where that came from?
She's gorgeous.
Ah,
Absolutely.
I see. Now I know. Now I know. So take pictures from far away, ladies and guys. You take pictures next to private jets, or
That's
at least
what I'm gonna
Photoshop it in. So that's Claudia. Now, oh, listen to, whoa, Heather. Heather is shooting her shot publicly here. She's not even trying to slide in the DM. Look at this. I'd be willing to test your theory about the private jet. My, how forward.
do. Wow.
Gentlemen, we all should be lucky to find a lady this forward. My goodness. Let me get a glass of, let me get a drink of water. Excuse me, folks.
Let's do it.
Oof, it's getting steamy in here.
Where are you gonna get a private jet?
I don't know, but somebody wants to test a theory. Anybody know where I can rent a private jet for cheap? Like a couple $100?
Nashua Airport.
Heather has a theory to test. Well, thank you for that, Heather. Trying to make me sweat on my own show here. Um, and Steve says it's hard for men to let that go. I'm not sure what that is, but it's hard for men to let it go, whatever that happened to be.
Probably.
Yes, good from far, far from good. My uncle used to say that, Steve.
Oh, that's a good saying.
My uncle used to say that. Yes.
Good thing.
Far, far from good. Now, sometimes I think people use that to make themselves feel better about somebody who's out of their league. I've done that, but there is such a thing as people who look really good from far away, and the closer you get, the oh no, like maybe what's an example? What's a good example? Maybe somebody from far, far, far away. What's a cute celebrity today? I don't even know who is a good looking celebrity right now. Let's just go with her. Maybe
The new celebs. I have no idea.
maybe you looking at somebody from far away, and it looks like, wow, is that Selena Gomez? And then you get close, and you're like, oh, that's Steven Tyler. I don't know.
That's good. That's a good example.
So, good from far, far from good. That's a good one, Steve. Be careful with that. Let's take a look at what's the next thing. Oh, love at first sight isn't usually mutual.
It's usually
Again,
not.
we need to get this person a cape that says Captain Obvious on the back because I'm being so ungrateful for this article.
You really are. My goodness.
Whack my wrist over here. Well, here's the thing. Go back to the last bullet point to see what I'm saying. What was the last bullet point? Men report love at first sight more than women. And then the one after that says love at first sight isn't usually mutual. Well, that's just two different ways of saying the same thing. It's like saying I have 6 eggs left in the carton, and you say I'm short half a dozen eggs.
You know what? You do the show prep next week. Okay? You'll find the article for next week.
I am not saying I don't appreciate your hard work. I'm just teasing the writing of this article.
I am writing some article.
So, love at first sight isn't usually mutual. Okay, I got it. I agree. What do you think, Elaine? Anything you want to add to this observation?
You know what? It's a lucky couple. The lucky couple. And there are out there. I was hoping that we'd get flooded with mutually, like madly, truly, deeply mutual, love at first sight couples to come on and profess how often it happens. But obviously, we didn't get flooded with that. I'm gonna think of like all the couples that I introduced. How many people told me they fell in love on the first date, first time, mutually? I don't think that even happened a lot. Like for all the successful couples that got married, they all like they liked each other, but it wasn't like, oh my God, we fell in love.
No.
Like I like a lot of them, I thought like, oh, these two are gonna really, I fell in love with the idea of them two being together. And I felt a strong instinct that they would be totally perfect for each other, but it took a while for them to get kind of used to the idea of being together. They had to get to know each other.
And the other thing I'm wondering is, what are the metrics for love at first sight? Like, are there little things the boxes you check for love at first sight, or is it just a feeling? Is it the butterflies? Is it that you can't sleep, you can't eat, all you can think about is them? Is that all of it? Is that the love at first sight, or is there other stuff? I'm wondering.
Well, like this says here, love at first sight isn't really love. I mean, what is love? Feeling all gobbledygook because you
What
met.
is love? Baby, look at me.
Yeah.
Well, it brings us back to Heather's brilliant comment earlier: love or lust.
That's
Speaking
right.
of Heather, I've been in a relationship now for 4 years, and she's still not in love. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for her to fall in love. Hurry up already! Come on.
Man, you might
So
be
love at
waiting.
first sight isn't really love. Well, what is it then? The article talks about how it could be one of three things. I think it mentions lust as one possibility, and then there's attraction as the other possibility, and was it attachment as another one?
Well, attachment comes, I think you bond and you form an attachment over
Yeah.
time. I mean, that doesn't happen instantly. How do you have to form a bond that only comes with time, and you begin to trust somebody after you get to know them. So love, it's really hard to love the unknown unless you're a psychic like I am.
Oh, that's right. Unless you're the intuitive matchmaker,
Right.
or unless you have the powers of Professor X from the X Men.
Yeah. So unless you have like that really like the gift, and some people have the gift to really have insight into a person's character just by looking at them, and mostly no one has that. I think some people do. You can have a gut feeling, but even with a gut feeling, because I have gut feelings about people, an instinct or an intuition, if you want to call it that, you still need to confirm it with knowledge, and knowledge only comes with time to
And
be
you have to make sure
confirm that
and if
in
you're gonna trust your gut feelings, make sure it's not right after having a bunch of yogurt. That could be the probiotics acting
time.
up.
Exactly.
Well, we have a couple more comments here. Somebody's being a smart aleck, but let's just go with our comments. Steve says that mutual lust,
A lot of
just
love.
a lot of luck.
Hmm.
Yeah, that could be love at first sight. That's like playing the lottery of love.
It happens. I believe that for
It
sure.
can happen.
It does happen.
Is that the
Absolutely.
way you want? Is that going to be your whole strategy for finding a partner, for finding love, or a companion? May not be the best way to go about it. You're counting on two people having similar chemical reactions to each other at the same time, and being within this vicinity of each other where they can see each other and actually maybe even talk. That's leaving a lot to chance, a whole lot.
Well, if I might say, I think most marriages in this country start off exactly like that, and they end in about 20 years or so once the kids start to go to college.
And if there's no kids, they end faster
Correct.
sometimes.
So it starts off with, that initial lust. They're convinced that they're in love, and a lot of them believe it was love at first sight. And they're lucky to have found each other, and they profess these vows on their wedding day. And they go through with this promise to love and honor and cherish, but they never really go through with it until the day they die. They only go through with it until they get really kind of tired of each other.
I think people should have more realistic wedding vows, like I'll bring you ice cream every once in a while. I'll promise to wash my own dishes.
Yeah, but
Make
I'm
more
not gonna
realistic
hang
about
out
it.
with you until you die. Screw that.
You're not gonna do what?
I'm not gonna hang out and be with you until you die. Blech.
Well, I know somebody who did that.
Yeah, I did that.
I know somebody who did that.
I did that. I'd do
And
it again,
that was
and I would do
true
it again for
love.
the right person.
That was
Absolutely.
true love. Yeah, I don't wish that on you because I know that's very hard to do something like that.
I'm dying. I'm the one who's dying next time.
Oh wow, there we go. Elaine is drawing
I'm
a line.
the
Elaine's drawn the line. That's it, everybody. You get involved with
I'm the
Elaine,
one.
just know what you're getting into. She
That's
goes first.
right. I
She's
ain't burying
decided.
anybody else.
She has
No, but
decided.
seriously,
Uh,
seriously.
let's let's read a couple more comments here. I'm telling you, man, Heather is in rare form tonight. This is what she says: "Get a jet."
that
I think she's talking to me because I was talking about my girlfriend who happens to share Heather's name. My
just so
girlfriend
happens.
just so happens,
Just so
my,
happens.
my girlfriend who still after 4 years is not in love with me, and so Heather's advice is for me to get a jet and
That's what that would do.
so fine. I'm gonna go to Amazon. I'm gonna buy one of those remote control jets, and that should take care of it. Boom, there,
Maybe
problem
that
solved.
maybe that's the thing
$44.
that's the thing that'll turn her over.
That's it. $44. I'm gonna get a little jet, bzzz, and then she'll fall in love.
Put a ring on it.
A ring? What's
On
that?
the jet. You put a ring on the jet and you put it
Oh,
up
like a ringtone.
send it to
Oh,
her.
okay, I'll put a ringtone on the jet. No problem. Next topic.
So that's not what I'm talking about.
That's what I heard. Next topic. What's the halo effect? Oh, let's talk about the. Oh, speaking of rings and circular shaped objects, what's the halo effect, Elaine?
That's that thing you see over my head.
I don't see. Oh no, the thing I see over your head is shaped more like this, and it's red.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
So the halo effect, from what I hear, the halo effect is when you attribute noble qualities to somebody because of your assumptions about them, because you like them already or because you find them attractive, you assume they're a good person. This
Right.
is how con artists are able to pull their cons.
Oh
This
yeah.
is how people who look beautiful or handsome are able to get away with certain things is because they are counting on the halo effect, even if they don't know what that's what it's called. You ever notice that people who have certain jobs they want to dress a certain way to bring an impression? It's because automatically we make assumptions about people based on their appearance. So when you see a doctor, if you had two doctors, let's say the doctors were twins, and one doctor was dressed to the nines, heels on, professional, what looked like professional suit, and hair was done was well kept. And your doctor's twin, she was wearing outfit like she had just been to the skateboarding park. Her hair was all greasy, no makeup on, or her makeup was smeared, and she had grime under her fingernails. And they both said they had the exact same amount of education. Which doctor would you pick? You probably would pick the one that was dressed a little bit more visibly was dressed nicer. Let's be true. Let's be real. There's a reason they have an expression: "Don't judge a book by its cover." It's because people judge books by their covers.
Exactly.
So the halo effect is you give somebody more credit just because of their appearance, and that contributes to the love at first sight. Oh, he's tall. He must be blah blah blah. Or she's got big, lips. She's got big lips, so she must be a nice person.
Yeah. That's always what you think when you see a woman with big lips.
Always,
Oh,
always, always,
first
always.
thing.
Big lips and big eyes too.
Yeah. Nice person.
Yes.
You're
So
fine. You're in rare form tonight, Mr.
I
Francois.
think we all are. Heather started it.
That's why you're in rare form, I think. It's the
She's,
audience.
she's contagious.
It's the audience. It's the audience.
So did we cover everything, or do we have a few
I
more?
think so. I think we're love at first sight. Is it real or isn't? That's the bottom line here. Is it?
I don't think we answered anything tonight. We talked for 40 minutes. People are still waiting for the answer. Sorry, guys. That's all we have. Just a
Oh
bunch of
yeah.
questions or no answers. If
Tune
you
in
want to come
next
back
week.
next
Maybe
week,
we'll get.
yeah, join us next week for more non-answers about love and dating. This is Richard and Elaine. Wow, we love you.
See you later.
Well,
Oh
before
my
you go,
God.
Elaine, why don't you tell people where they can find you in your matchmaking,
Oh, okay.
your
Well,
intuitive matchmaking?
they could find me on Facebook at Dynamic Introductions
Yeah,
on Facebook. And I also have a website, same name, same bat channel, same bat time, same bat channel.
everything, same bat, everything. So you can find Elaine there. By the way, when you reach out to Elaine, not only can she help you with perhaps finding you a match, but maybe you'll, if it's a good fit for that person, you can have them join the little group you have for singles where people can just
Yes.
chat here and there on Facebook also.
Oh,
So
what
there,
about romance reading too? We got to have somebody.
oh, that's
Lucky
right.
number. I didn't. I got to pick a number first. I got
Oh,
to.
that's right. So if you're
How
looking
about
for,
you pick? Oh, we're gonna do the wheel, right?
yes, we're going to do the wheel. So if you are interested in getting a free romance reading from Elaine, put a number in the chat right now from one to, how many other people do we have in the chat? Well,
Where's
from
Claudia?
1 to 8.
Where's Claudia?
Number in the chat.
Did she bail? I wanted her to win.
I don't know if she bailed or not, but if you're still watching, put a 1. Okay, Claudia put number 7 on. So who else? Let's put anybody else still watching who wants a romance reading from Elaine?
Nobody wants it.
Nobody wants one? Well, fine.
Nope.
If nobody else puts one in, we'll just go. Oh, Tammy. Tammy's contending against
Oh, okay.
Tammy's number 4. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Going once. Going
Claudia, there we go.
8. Steve is number 8. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna spin the wheel, and we are then going to select somebody. If the wheel doesn't pick your number, it will pick the number that is closest to yours. Is it the closest higher or
Everybody can pick
lower?
2 numbers because we don't have that many pickers tonight.
And I'm really complicating this. So we're gonna pick 2 numbers, huh?
Everybody can pick 2 numbers tonight.
Well, Claudia's got 7, Tammy's got 4, Steve's got 8. Uh-oh, let's see. 4! Number 4 was picked.
Woo, woo, woo! Tammy!
Congratulations.
Woo,
You
woo,
get a
woo,
free
woo!
romance
Winner.
reading from Elaine Saunders, the intuitive matchmaker. Oh, Tammy picked number 9.
Tammy
So
won.
one there, she would have had a backup. Well,
I'm
Tammy,
so excited. All right.
Elaine will reach out
I
to
can
you.
do your reading at speed dating next week if you want, or we'll do it over the phone, or we'll meet each other before then. We'll figure it out.
So speed dating is next week. So that reminds me, Elaine. That means that
Woo!
next week we're having a show on Tuesday, not Thursday. That's right, everybody.
Right.
Tune in on Tuesday.
Congratulations, Tammy. Tuesday night. I think I do something else. I might have made a plan to do something else on Tuesday. Sorry. Oh yeah, no, I can do the show.
Excellent. So Tuesday night we are going to have the show.
The show.
Come
Are we
tune
going to
in.
talk about whether or not
We'll find out.
love at first sight is real or
Maybe
not?
love at second hearing. Maybe that's what we'll talk next week. So, all right, everybody. Well, if you're looking for, this is now for the guy before we wrap up. Gentlemen, have you ever been called the N-word? Yes. Nice. Have you ever been called nice
Probably have.
to your face? I have. That's a different story. To your face. Have you ever been called that to your face? That nice word. Have you ever had somebody give you a hug or a handshake instead of kisses? Well, I know your plight, and I can work with you on that. Listen, there's the nice guy, there's the bad boy, but there's something in between. And if you want to know what that is, give me a call, send me a private message to the Assign Yourself dating page, or go to grichard360.com. You can find me there as well. I can help you become more of the man you are meant to be to attract a quality woman. Like Heather over here in the chat talking about getting a jet. So if that's the kind of lady you want, somebody who tells you to get a jet so you can be more attractive and hassles you on your online live show, or even if it's not the kind of lady you want, come talk to me. I can help you be a magnetic man, attract a quality woman. Being nice doesn't work, guys. Being nice does not work. But doesn't mean you have to be a jerk either. There's another way. Everybody, thank you all for watching. Thank you for your comments. We will see you next week. Remember, next week's show is on Tuesday because Elaine and I are having a speed dating event on Thursday. And if you're a guy and you are single, you should be at that speed dating event.
Oh my God. So many women.
Come to the speed
Not
dating
enough
event.
time.
We will put that in the comments as well.
Yes.
Bye, everybody. See you all next week. Good night.
Good night.